Despite an earlier statement from the U.S. Embassy saying that U.S. Marine Joseph Scott Pemberton may not appear in a preliminary probe set tomorrow, the Olongapo City Prosecutor's Office may still require him to attend the proceeding. That if the court needs clarifications that only Pemberton himself can answer. We have the details from Gerg Cahiles. Hi, Gerg, go ahead.
The Olongapo City Prosecutor's Office is already in possession of the sworn statements of the 4 U.S. servicemen who will serve as witnesses in the Jennifer Loudon murder case. Of the 4, 3 are U.S. Marines and 1 refuel watch, the one who is monitoring the activities of soldiers outside their ship. Our source says that the 3 soldiers affirmed that they were with the suspect, Private First Class Joseph Scott Pemberton, while they were on the onshore leave on October 11. While on an onshore leave, U.S. servicemen may do their leisure activities outside their ships. In their affidavits, the 3 soldiers confirmed that they were on a drinking spree Saturday night at Ambiance nightlife bar where Laude and Pemberton allegedly met. Our source adds in the affidavits, the 3 soldiers narrated that after the incident, witness Barbie approached them looking for Pemberton as Barbie alleged that Pemberton killed her friend inside a hotel room. The source says 3 prosecutors met with a rifle watch and the 3 U.S. soldiers on Thursday around 5 in the afternoon in a container van converted into a makeshift office near the USS Peleliu, where the 4 is a U.S. Marine commander who served as mediator with the servicemen sworn in their affidavits. Pemberton was not present or was not presented to the prosecutors. Meanwhile, the 5-man panel of prosecutors who will handle the Jennifer Loudon murder case is composed of the following: Olongapo City Prosecutor Emily Fe de los Santos as chairperson, and Assistant State Prosecutor Noli Bien Kiambao, Associate City Prosecutors Lawrence Joel Kaliping and Romel Baligod, and Assistant City Prosecutor Ria Nina Sususco. Prosecutor De Los Santos was the one who led the prosecution team who handled the Subic rape case, which led to the conviction of Lance Corporal Daniel Smith in 2006. This is why our source is confident that the prosecution team will handle the case well, and the evidence that were presented to the prosecutors are enough for them to find a probable cause in the case. On Sunday, the United States Embassy in Manila says the suspect Pemberton may or may not appear during the preliminary investigation on the case tomorrow. And the U.S. Embassy says Pemberton will decide in consultation with his lawyers. Sources say lawyers from a prominent law office situated in Makati will defend Pemberton. The U.S. Embassy also says that the 4 U.S. servicemen who will serve as witnesses in the case will no longer attend the preliminary investigation since they managed to comply with their current legal obligations under the Visiting Forces Agreement. The embassy also adds that the 4 will be made available for the trial. Our source says Pemberton, along with 4 other U.S. soldiers, may not attend the preliminary investigation tomorrow, provided that their lawyers will be present to represent them. But in the case, the panel will have questions on the affidavits of Pemberton and the 4 other servicemen. The panel may direct the lawyers to produce their clients in person during the continuation of the preliminary investigation. Right?
Gerg, what should we expect tomorrow? What are the preparations being made by the prosecutor's office, especially in terms of security? I understand we're expecting demonstrations to be staged by several groups there.
As of now, what we know is that the panel of prosecutors will meet later to at least assess what they're going to do in preparation for tomorrow's preliminary investigation. But we have yet to hear anything from the police and the local government on how they will prepare for the preliminary investigation. But of course, there are possibilities that demonstrations or protests be staged near the prosecutor's office tomorrow. Right?
Okay, thank you, Gerg. Gerg Cahiles reporting to us from Olongapo City.